Okay, so these movies didn't just flop. No, they crashed and burned. They torched studio budgets and vanished into obscurity with staggering speed. While titles like Disney's Snow White, Marvel's Thunderbolts, and Ballerina from the John Wick universe made headlines for their terrible box office performance and are talked about endlessly, they were only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface is a collection of cinematic train wrecks from 2025 that you've probably never heard of. Alarum. Honestly, not sure how to pronounce this, but I'm sure one of you will tell me in the comments. With a cast that included Scott Eastwood, Sylvester Stallone, and Mike Colter. This 2025 thriller had the ingredients for a solid genre hit. The plot follows a couple that uncovers a sinister conspiracy after their hotel is attacked, forcing them to flee and fight for survival. But despite a reported $20 million budget for the movie and star power, it flopped hard, grossing just over $200,000 worldwide. Poor reviews and zero buzz sealed its fate. Critics called it slow and confusing, and audiences didn't bother showing up. A total misfire from start to finish. And have you seen its trailer? It looks like something that was made by a bunch of college kids on a shoestring budget. Everything's going to be great. This dark comedy starred Bryan Cranston, best known for Breaking Bad, and Allison Janney, an Oscar winner for I, Tonya, and longtime standout from The West Wing. The story follows a dysfunctional family chasing fame through a traveling theater tour. It positioned itself as a potential indie breakout success, echoing the tone of Little Miss Sunshine and Juno, but never found its audience. Instead of success, the film barely registered. It premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival and officially released on the 20th of June, but virtually no theaters picked it up for screening. The few that did quietly pulled it from schedules. A forgettable outing for a cast that deserved better. Love hurts. Okay, so I apologize in advance if my pronunciation is off, and feel free to correct me in the comments. But I think it's pronounced Ke-Huy Quan, who is best known as Indiana Jones's loyal sidekick, one of the breakout stars from The Goonies, and fresh off winning an Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He should have been a safe bet to play the lead for Love Hurts? Well, no, not really. Not if the audience reaction is anything to go by. This mid-budget action flick got lost in February 2025's R-rated action pileup. Its boring, retired hitman plot has been done better by Nobody and John Wick. The predictable script attracted brutal reviews and a pitiful box office return, which is likely under $10 million US. Kwan's charm couldn't save it, proving even Academy Award-winning actors can't fix a bad script. A24's Opus, a $10 million US satirical horror starring Ayo Edebiri, was supposed to be the next Get Out. Ayo, best known as Sydney Adamu on FX's The Bear, a role that earned her a Primetime Emmy and Golden Globe. The film also included John Malkovich, Juliette Lewis, and had all the makings of a breakout indie success. Instead, it was a niche misfire that couldn't crack mainstream audiences. Released in 2025, it got decent reviews but no buzz. The film had a budget of $10 million, yet only managed to bring in around $2 million. A reminder that indie horror needs more than a few A-listers and a rising star to succeed. Sorry, Baby. This dark comedy drama follows Agnes, a woman healing from past trauma with support from her friend Liddy and a quirky community. Produced by Barry Jenkins, the multi-award-winning filmmaker behind Moonlight, it premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on January 27, 2025, where it earned widespread critical acclaim. A24 acquired the film for around $8 million and released it on the 27th of June. It opened in just 4 theaters, which later went up to 80, but its opening weekend only brought in $86,000. The total domestic box office figures that are currently available show the final figure barely passed $1 million. Despite strong reviews and a famous producer, Sorry Baby struggled to find a wide audience. Which of these 2025 flops surprised you the most? Honestly, I couldn't believe that I'd never heard anything about Alarum, given its strong cast and huge budget. At the time of recording, its critic review sits at an astonishing 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I don't think I've ever seen a 0% score before. And the audience score is only 16%. The trailer is laughably bad. I mean, like, it looks like it was made by a